Okay. So hello, all. Good evening. This is CA Alok Sethi, and in this session today, we are going to learn how to install Power BI and how to use Power BI, and we are going to do with the practical aspect with a data set. This data set I've already shared in the Zoom chat, and secondly, I'll be sharing it in the video's description also. Those who will be watching this video on YouTube, or if you're seeing the recording afterwards, then you can check the description. The link in the description would be there to download the data set. I recommend that you watch this video using a laptop and not a mobile device for better learning. So let us start. So when you type Microsoft.com on the Microsoft website, you will get an option to see the different products, and the one of the product is Power BI. So when you click on Power BI and get started, okay, so it's a free software which is available for download. You can just click on try for free and it will take you to the website to download the Power BI. So you have to open the Google Store, okay, and there's no need as such to create any account. You can just click on just a minute. You can click on the products and then you can go to Power BI, and then Power BI desktop is what we are going to use to work, and you can click on download free. When you click on download free, you will be redirected to Microsoft Store. Microsoft Store is a place where you can download the Power BI from. Okay. So you will see that window, this window, and since I have already downloaded Power BI, I'm getting open. When you are downloading it, you will get an option of get to download it. Okay. So once you download the Power BI, you can actually start working on it. I'm just clicking on the open button to open the Power BI window and get started. Okay. So now those people who have just joined right now, yes, Yogita, I'm sharing the file for the day again so that you can work along with me, and just hold on for a minute. I'm sharing the file again in the chat. So I hope my screen is visible and you can see the Power BI desktop opening at the background. Can someone confirm?
Yes.
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 Great. So I'm sharing the file again, which we are going to use for this session. And it's a zip folder. So you have to unzip it after downloading. Right click on the folder and you will get an option of unzip. So you can unzip or extract all, and you can save this data into a folder or in desktop also. Okay. So this is the folder. Once you download, you will be seeing this folder, sales region. The folder name is sales region. So what you need to do is you need to just right click on this folder and click on extract all. It will unzip this folder. I'm unzipping it on the desktop itself. So once you extract the files, you will see one folder opening up, and there are four files in this. So in the sales region, you will see four Excel files: east, north, south, west, east, north, south, west. Okay. So first I'm opening one of the file, east file, and I'm going to show you today we are going to learn how you can connect to this Excel file in Power BI and how you can create a dashboard out of it. Okay. So this is the second lecture of the Power BI series. The first lecture is already there on my YouTube channel. You can just check over there. And this is the second day. So you see that we have a file here, which is having the date, product key, zone, customer ID, territory key, city, order number, payment type, and units. Okay, this is the file for East region. So we are dealing with the sales data of a company, which is working into different regions, which has offices into different regions, and each region is maintaining a sales record of the data, right? So if you see, there are 10 columns, and if you go down, scroll down, you will see that there are 56,600 rows data is there in this Excel sheet. This is East region. Now let me close this and let me check the North region file. Okay, I'm just going to show you the database so that you understand what we are going to work with. And then we'll come to Power BI and we will import all these files into Power BI. Okay. So this is the North region file. You will see that all the columns are similar. So date, product key, zone, customer ID, territory key, city, order number, payment type, and units. All the columns are same. And here the rows are 76,626. So it is the 76,000 rows data with the same column headings. Similarly, I'm opening South and then I will show you the West region file. Okay. So when you work with any organization or any MNC or any company, what they have is they have a huge database, and from that database they from different location that data comes, and you have to compile all the data and create a report for the management. So now I have opened the South region file. In the South region you have 45,000 rows. So we can see that each file or each region Excel file has a different amount of data, but the column headings are same. The rows are differing in number, but the columns are same. Now we are going to open the West region file. And this is the last file in the folder, that's the fourth number file. And it is the biggest one also, the huge one. So it has a row data of 1 lakh rows. Okay. So three files had near about 50, 60,000 rows, 70,000 rows, and one file has 1 lakh rows. So in total, if you see, there are this data comprises of 2 lakh 80,000 rows, 2 lakh 80,000 rows. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to import this data into Power BI. Okay. Now I hope everyone has now installed Power BI. Can you just confirm in the chat that you are able to install Power BI? Okay. If you're not able to, you can do it later on. But those who have installed Power BI and those who have downloaded this practice file, they can first watch what I'm doing and then you can practice it along. Okay. Or you can have a notebook and you can note down the steps and do it afterwards whenever you get time or whenever you are practicing. Okay. So this is how you can do. But I will request everyone to practice it or do it so that you understand. Okay. All the softwares that you learn, if you don't practice, you will not get anything, right? So Power BI works on a ETL methodology. So what is ETL? Anyone who knows what is ETL? ETL. Anyone who has heard about this terminology or who knows what is ETL? Those who have attended my previous session, they would be able to answer this question. So I'm expecting some response from you. This session is being recorded and we'll be sharing the recording. So yeah, be interactive in the chat box. Come on, guys. What is ETL? ETL. Those who know the answer, they can type in, and those who don't, just wait for the answer. Okay. If you want to unmute and answer, you can try that also. I like my sessions to be interactive. So yes. So Siddhant has given the answer: extract, transform, and load. Very good, Siddhant. So extract, transform, and load. So what we did is we extracted the data first from the zip file to the folder. Now we are going to transform and load the data. See, Power BI is a visualization software. We are going to learn how to create visuals. But to create visuals, we should have a data. Power BI doesn't have data of its own. So it will connect from various different sources data, and then we will transform that data if required, and then we are going to load this data, and after loading we are going to work with the visualization. So what I'll do is I'll click on get data. This is the first step. The first step is getting the data. Okay. So now I'm asking you a question. Do you see a get data and a list of options available to me on the screen? Can someone confirm in the chat? You can type a yes if you can see the list of different sources from where we can connect to the data source.
Yes.
Yes. And I would rather be happy if someone can unmute and answer, because that will make it easier for me to get the answers. Okay. So yes, you can see that. Now my question is, we have to connect Excel file. Should I select an Excel workbook as an option, or can I select folder as an option? What do you think is a better option? Should I select Excel workbook or should I select a folder?
Excel workbook.
Excel
So
workbook
folder.
or folder. So I'm getting two answers now.
Folder.
So you can select both.
I can select both. Okay. But I can select both one by one, not at the same time, right? We can connect to, see, if you want to connect to someone, you can connect to one person at a time, right? You might have different connections, but you cannot work with them all together, right? So you have to connect to a one data source at a time. So now, again, I'm asking, should I go with the Excel workbook first or folder? What do you say? You can type your answer, Excel or folder, E or F.
Sir, folder.
Folder. Why not Excel? Siddhant
Yes,
is
sir.
saying Excel. Sakshi is saying Excel. Yogita
So
saying
Excel.
Excel. Okay, so many people are saying Excel. Let us go with Excel first. Okay, so I'm just selecting the option of Excel and I click on connect. Now, when I say Excel and when I say connect, do you see a window opening up, a dialog box opening up? This is called as a dialog box because you can do dialog with the dialog box. Now I'm selecting the folder sales region and now you see the Excel files. Do you see the Excel files, guys? East, north, south, west. Okay. So at a time, can I select all the four files? Can I select all the four files together? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, we can connect to a single file at a time. अभी मैंने बताया था एक बार में एक ही साथ कनेक्शन हो सकता है, मल्टीपल कनेक्शंस नहीं हो सकते, ठीक है? So I am connecting to east file first and I'll say open. Okay, so let's see what happens next. So it is connecting, it is establishing a connection with the Excel, and on the back end, it is talking to the Excel and it is importing the data from the Excel file. I'd already shown the Excel file, right? So now the next screen that you see is called as Navigator. Do you see that screen on your screens? Do you see this window, Navigator? Yes or no, people?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, मतलब ये पूछने से खराब लग रहा है, but how can you connect all the regions?
How can we connect all the regions?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
East, south, west, east.
हाँ हाँ, पहले उसका आंसर मैं दूं उससे पहले मैं ये बोलूंगा कि कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए खराब नहीं लगना चाहिए, ठीक है? दैट इज व्हाई आई बिलीव इन लाइव क्लासेस। तो यू आर वेलकम टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? हमारे दिमाग में लगता है कि क्या मैं स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन तो नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ, तो लेट मी मेक इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन बिकॉज यू आर अटेंडिंग माय सेशन मे बी फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम और सेकंड टाइम। दोज हु नो मी दे नो दैट आई लव पीपल आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस। तो डोंट थिंक कि ये क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहिए या नहीं पूछना चाहिए, कितना भी वाहियात घटिया क्वेश्चन क्यों ना हो, बिल्कुल लाइए। और आपका तो बहुत वैलिड क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है? सो नेवर एवर थिंक दैट ट्वाइस बिफोर आस्किंग एनी क्वेश्चंस, ओके? तो पहली चीज तो ये, एवरीवन जस्ट मेक अ पॉइंट दैट व्हाटएवर क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स टू योर माइंड you can ask this question and don't be shy. If you feel that people are listening to you and you will be mocked or something, आप चैट बॉक्स में एक ऑप्शन होता है टू एवरीवन की जगह टू मी आलोक सेठी आप सेलेक्ट करिए, मेरे पास पर्सनली वो क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा, ठीक है? एंड आई विल टेक अप दैट क्वेश्चन विदाउट टेकिंग योर नेम, ओके? तो बट सी यू डोंट हैव टू डू ऑल दिस, वी ऑल यू ऑल आर हियर फॉर लर्निंग, ओके? सो इन लर्निंग देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी शाइनेस, ठीक है? तो मेरी क्लास बहुत लाइवली होनी चाहिए। जिस तरह का भी क्वेश्चन आता है बिंदास होके पूछिए, इंग्लिश में, हिंदी में, है ना? दो लैंग्वेज मुझे भी आती है, उड़िया में सीख रहा हूँ थोड़ी थोड़ी। तो इफ यू आस्क इन उड़िया आई विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, बट आई विल रिप्लाई ईदर इन हिंदी और इन इंग्लिश, ठीक है? चलिए, तो आपका क्वेश्चन का आंसर मैं लूंगा। पहला मैं ये बता देता हूं कि व्हाट वी हैव डन इज वी हैव सेलेक्टेड एक्सेल। एक्सेल में मैंने ईस्ट रीजन का फाइल सेलेक्ट करा और उसके अंदर एक शीट दिखा रहा है। मैंने जब इस शीट पे क्लिक करा, व्हेन आई क्लिक्ड ऑन दिस शीट, ओके, सो आई एम गेटिंग टू सी ऑल द ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल ओवर हियर, ऑल द फील्ड्स व्हिच आर अवेलेबल। Are you getting it? Okay. Now here we see three options: load, transform, and cancel. So either we can load this data into Power BI, or we can click on transform and we can do some transformation, or we can cancel it. Okay. So right now I'm canceling this operation. Okay. Why did I cancel? Because I wanted to show you the other option. Okay. What was the other option, guys? दूसरा तरीका क्या था गेट डेटा में? What was the other
Folder.
option?
Folder.
Folder, yes. And many people said folder. और उनको लगा यार ये सर ने हमारी बात को इतना वजन नहीं दिया. When we were saying folder, he just went with Excel. Let me tell you, Excel has been my first love, and when first love is there, then you cannot go to other options, right? So that is why I chose Excel first, and now I'm coming to the second love, that is folder. ठीक है, चलिए folder पे आते हैं. And when you click on folder, now why folder? Because we have 4 Excel files which are there in the folder, and we want to import all the files together, right? So if we go through the Excel route, we have to import one by one all the 4 files. So we have to repeat the same process 4 times. Now, is it wise to repeat the same process 4 times, or is it more better to do it only once? बताइए. Tell me. Once. Vedika says once. Yes, once. Sakshi also says once. All the other people, there are 15 people in the session today. So only 2, 3 are active. Okay, I want everyone to answer. Come on. Yogita also says once. Yes. हम एक बार जीते हैं, एक बार मरते हैं, और फोल्डर भी एक ही बार सेलेक्ट करते हैं. हम 4 बार नहीं करते ये काम. ठीक है. सो वी विल सेलेक्ट द फोल्डर. Actually, whenever I'm taking lectures, okay, whenever taking training sessions, that is the most happy hour of my day. Okay, so I try to be full of energy and full of happiness. So I might crack some jokes which might be bad enough, but you can laugh on that. Okay, so when we clicked on folder, what happened? It showed me the folder. Can you see this path? C drive, user, admin, desktop, sales region, and then again sales region. And then we have the 4 file name: east, north, south, west. And then we have something called as content binary. Okay. And then we have extension, date access, date modified, date created, attributes, and folder path. So now what Power BI is doing is Power BI is trying to connect to the data source, which is the folder, and whatever files is appearing in the folder, it has given a list of the files. Now there are 4 options which are available. Earlier, there were only 3 options when we selected Excel. What were the 3 options? Load, transform data, and cancel. Now, which option is additional? Can you tell me, anyone? Which option do you see extra?
Fine.
Combine. Correct. Do we want to combine the data from the 4 files in one file? Yes or no? Combine. Yes, we want to combine the data from all the files into one file. So we'll click on combine. Now, when you click on combine, there are 2 options which are available. There are 2 options which are available when you click on combine. The first option is combine and transform data. The second option is combine and load. Now, again, I'm asking a question. What option I should go with? Should I go with combine and load, or combine and transform? You can
Sir,
write
load.
load. Why not transform? Why not transform?
Because we are not required to change the data.
Okay, you're not required to change the data. And how are you very sure yet that you don't want to change the data? How can you be
No,
100%?
because they have not initially mentioned if there are any errors or any spaces or any kind of mistakes.
Okay. So, fine. What Vedika is saying that by the look at the data, when we saw the data, we did not see any bug, any error, anything which requires a transformation. So we can directly load the data. But still, I will recommend you to always go through the transform route. Okay. So we'll click on combine and transform. And why I'm saying so, you will come to know. Okay. So now we are clicking on combine and transform. And now you will see something opening up, which is another window and which is saying combine files. Okay. Now see, Power BI is a very powerful software. So what it will do is it will take help of another softwares before loading the data into Power BI. And one such software, which is it is taking help of, anyone who can guess the name of this software. So we'll just select the first file and we'll click on OK. Now you will be taken to some other software, another application, which is called as, fill in the blanks. Microsoft Excel. No, it is not Excel. It is a big B of Excel, big brother of Excel.
So W.
नो टैब्लू. अरे पावर बीआई कर रहे हैं, टैब्लू कहाँ से आ जाएगा?
Sorry.
Those who have attended my previous session, they know they should know the answer. Come on, guys. When you click on transform data, what gets activated? Anyone? Any guesses? Vedika, come on. You have learned Power BI. SQL, no, boss. SQL is not the right answer. Vedika, you should know this answer. Come on. When you click on transform in Power BI, what happens? Which window opens? Ardhendu, all the people who have attended my previous sessions of Power BI,
I think server.
no server. Can you see the screen now? Can you see something on the screen?
Yes, sir.
And do you know what has opened now? Can you read anyone? Vedika, you read what has opened. Top left hand side, what is the name written of this software?
Power Query Editor.
Power Query Editor. Yes, Power Query Editor. Now, I would like to ask a question to everyone. Have you ever worked with Power Query? Yes or no? Y and N you can type in the chat box. And I want participation for everyone. No. Power Query कितने लोगों ने पहले देखा है? No. Oh, really? चलिए, not a problem. Very good. Interesting. इसलिए मैंने कहा था don't load. Just go to Power Query. Now, what is Power Query actually? It is there in Excel but not learned. Yes. So there are so many things in Excel but we don't learn because you don't come to my classes, right? So how will you learn? Anyways, so when you're learning things, you should learn them in and out so that you know everything. And Power Query is the biggest software that you are going to use entire throughout the entire journey of learning Power BI, right? So what Query will do? Power Query will combine all the Excel file into one file and give us a consolidated file, a combined file. Okay. Now suppose, let us see why you are learning Power BI. What is the one reason? Give me one reason of learning Power BI in the chat box, everyone. Why you are here in this session? Why you have registered for this course and you are learning Power BI? Give me one reason in the chat box. Come on. Why you are attending my session and learning Power BI? What is the one reason that you have? Everyone. I will continue only once I get the answer from all. Or at least 10 people should answer. Come on, fast. To make analytics more creative. Okay. Very good, Yogita. What about others? Come on, fast. Type your answers. Analysis data and prepare PPT. Okay. To specialize analytics. Okay. To analyze the data to grow my business. Very good. No one is saying to get a job, to earn a lot of money, to become a data analyst. Ultimately, why you are learning? Because you want to apply this knowledge to your this thing to find out special outputs. Very good. Okay. So good enough. We have got so many responses. Now see why you're learning data analytics, because you can now use the data and combine the data, transform the data and put it into visuals. That visualization will help you as a businessman or you as an employee to present the data to your manager, to your company, and ultimately the objective is growth, right? My duty as a trainer, as a tutor, as a teacher is to guide you in the process of learning so that you do not miss on the important points and you are very much thorough with everything. Okay. So now see, when you open Power Query, what do you see? That all the Excel files are getting combined. You get all to see all the Excel files, right? But there is some, you do not see the content in the Excel file. You just see the name. Now, do we want the name in the Power BI, or do we want the content? Tell me. हमें नाम चाहिए फाइल का, या उसके अंदर जो डिफरेंट कॉलम्स हैं और डेटा है वो चाहिए? क्या चाहिए
The
आप?
Content. Content.
We want the content. We are not concerned with the name. We want the content. So where is the content on the screen? Can you see a column called as content?
yes.
Yes. And see, it's 21st century, and many Gen Gen Z students are there, generation Z is there. Okay, so when I say content, something like, oh no, it's not content, it's content. Okay, so you can call it as a content also. So I'm a content creator, so you click on this content or content, whatever you want to call it as, and once you click on this double arrow, it will say, are you sure you want to insert a step? Inserting an individual step may affect subsequent steps, which could cause your query to break. Yes, I want to insert a step, additional step. Okay. So when you click on this content, now what do you see? Just wait and watch. Okay. So the data is huge data is there. Okay. So you have to have a lot of patience when you are coming to this class. Okay. I could see that out of 15 people, 2 people have left. And whenever anyone leave any meeting, one of my meeting, I always say in my class also, कि जाने वाले को कोई नहीं रोक सकता है, ठीक है? तो जो चला गया है उसे जाने दीजिए, ठीक है, लेकिन जो लोग हैं वो लोग इधर कॉन्सेंट्रेट कीजिए. ओके, सो यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप एनीवन फ्रॉम लीविंग. ओके, मे बी दे हैव सम अदर प्रायोरिटीज. So yeah, but your priority should be learning. Okay, so you focus on what is happening, and what you are going to see now is something which is very amazing. Okay, now what it is doing, it is evaluating a query. A query is being run at the back end. Okay, so those who are coding students, when you give a command to any software, it does run a code and then gives you the output. So what we are getting to see now is that we are going to see that the files are getting combined at the back end, and now we are going to see the result over here in the Power BI. Okay, so my Power Query editor is there, and there is some error somewhere. The column name of the table wasn't found. Okay. Now see, you might get some errors when working with the data, but we should not be disheartened by getting an error. We should learn how to find a solution to the error. Okay, so what I'm doing is, I am showing you one thing that you have to make sure while you are combining the data with Power BI. Okay. Acha, before I proceed further, I want to just ask, are you understanding what is happening? Any questions, anyone? Are you understanding whatever is happening? I need some feedback from you. Yes or no, you can type in the chat box. Are we good enough? Are you
Yes.
following what I'm doing on the screen? Come on, everyone. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now see, what we need to confirm is that each Excel file should have the same columns, and the name, sheet 1. The name should be same. If the name is different in any Excel file, it will not combine. Okay. So Power Query will not be able to upload your file or combine your file if the sheet name is different in each file. Okay. So you have to make sure that whatever files you are combining in Excel, they should all have the same sheet name. Okay. So I'm just quickly opening all the Excel files, and I'm just reconfirming that my name of the sheet should be sheet name, sheet 1. Okay. So the north file has sheet 1. The east I checked has sheet 1. I want to now check south and west. Okay. So once I check everything, because it was giving us this error that the name is different. So I'm making sure that the name is same. Okay. And I found out that the name is same. Okay. So each sheet has sheet 1 as the name. Okay, great. So yeah, it is fine. Now see what happens in Power Query. Power Query is that if something is wrong, what you can do is you can delete that part. Okay, you can delete that step, and you can work with the remaining ones. Okay, so you can delete the query or the files. Okay, we will have a sample file. So this is the east file, and we will have different files. So now we can see the data. You see the data? Do you see this data? Date, product key, zone, customer ID, territory. Now we click on zone. What do you see in the zone? Can someone answer? What do you see in the zone? Which zone can you see?
East.
East. Now
East.
let us click on load more. Let us click on load more. Since we had combined all the files, so it should show me all the files, right? East, west, north, south, but it is showing only east. Okay. Let me go to this one. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. So you see that something is happening on the data side. Something is happening on the data side, and we could not get the data. Okay. I'm again clicking on get data. Okay. I'm again clicking on get data and again clicking on folder and clicking on connect. Okay. And now it is asking for the folder path. The folder is on the desktop with the name sales region, and I'm selecting the sales region folder and I'm clicking on OK. Now again I will click on this load, combine and transform. You will be taking to the power. See, importing an Excel file is easy, correct? But if you do only easy things in life, you will not be able to scale up. Okay, it was very easy for us. मैं आपको फाइल लोड करके दिखा देता हूँ और अभी तो हम विजुअल्स भी बना चुके होते हैं, but that is not the objective of this training, right? In the training, what I want to give you that when you work practically with the companies or with your own data, you should be able to work with any kind of data which you get, right? So we are not taking any shortcuts over here. What you see on the YouTube videos and all, they don't go into detail, right? And that is why people are not able to learn from the YouTube videos, because you need some mentor, you need someone whom you can ask questions from, right? And who can help you in solving the errors that you get when you are working. That is why you should always go through a correct way of learning. So again, you see that Power Query editor window has opened. Okay. And this editor, actually, this is running some code. Okay. And based on the code, it is performing all the tasks. We are not required to learn that code. That is M language. Okay. But what you need to learn is how to, yeah. So Samir is saying that I got this kind of problem. Yes, definitely. You might have got. See, I'm training people on analytics from the last 10 years now. Earlier, I used to teach Excel. Now also I teach Excel. Along with Excel, now I teach Power BI, Power Query, and all these things, Tableau and all. Okay, so I know what kind of errors you get. So again, we click on source name, and now you will be seeing that we are able to download all the files. Okay. So we are able to download all the files. And now you see, do you see guys, east, north, south, west? Can someone confirm? Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what you have learned today, what you have learned today is to combine the data from a folder into one file and load it into Power BI. Okay. And now see what it is doing. This query is running at the backend and it is importing, it is going to import the data into Power BI. Okay. And once the data is imported, I will show you how you can work with the data. There was one more step that we wanted to do. What changes did you make to remove the errors? Okay. Haha. The point is that there was one error which was there with the file name actually. The sheet one was already there, but maybe there was no error as such, but it had given some name error. So I just did the same process again and it worked. Okay. So maybe with you also it will work. You can try
Okay.
and let me know if it is working or not. Okay. And I hope that all of you are coming from some groups. Okay, so there are two groups in which the link is shared. One is the Ceylon software group, Python group, or the data analytics. Those who have registered, they have come from the details have come to you from there. And those who are my students or my Excel students, they have come from the data analytics groups. Okay, so you can put your queries, your doubts in that group also, so that whenever I get time, I will be able to answer that. So what we have done is we have imported the data, correct? We have imported the data, and now on the right hand side, you can see sales region, city, customer ID, date, order, and all. Okay. One more thing, that on the left hand side, you see three views: report view, table view, and data model view. Okay, so this is the report view. You see blank because there is no visual which we have created. Now we go to table view. What is a table view? It will look like Excel. It will look like Excel to you, correct? When you click on table view and you select the sales region, it will load the entire data. Do you see the data, guys? Can you see the data, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. And do we have a source name also here? Do we have a source name which says east, north, south, west? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And do we have a zone also which also says east, west, north, south? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I want to ask you one question. Do we require the source name now, or is it not required? Answer me. Do we actually require the source name? Yes or no? Come on. Do we require the source? No, no, no. Because zone is there. Yes, Vedika. Yes. Everyone is saying no. Absolutely, you're right. 100%. So if we don't require something, then why should we keep it? Can we delete it? Guys, should we delete it?
Yes.
Yes. So how do we delete this column? Right click on this and you will get an option of delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, of course, we are sure. So I have deleted this. And now you will see that that column is reduced, that column is gone, and we have date, product key, zone, customer ID, territory, city, order number, payment type, and units. Okay. And when we click on data model, now see all the files are now one file. So we only see one table. Okay, one table. And those who have learned SQL and all, they know that what is a table and what is row and column. Those who have learned Excel also, they should know. If you have not learned Excel or SQL and you're learning Power BI directly, I would recommend that you get some idea of Excel on. I have a channel with the name CA Alok Sethi on YouTube. You can search for it. And there is a 21 days Excel challenge where I have shared some basic tricks about Excel. You just watch the first 3 videos. You will get to know something more about Excel and how the data is presented there. Okay. Now see, we have already reached to the closure. The only 7 minutes are there. I will quickly show you how to create a visual. We will create one visual for the day. Okay, because we are learning Power BI. Power BI is all about visualization. So data is already there. Now, what to learn before going to the visual part? Okay, so first let me tell you that wherever you are doing any visualization, the first step is understanding the data. So we follow a DAVE approach. Okay, DAVE approach, DAVE. So anyone who knows what is DAVE, DAVE? In the last session, I had explained DAVE. क्या तुम्हें याद है? What is DAVE? Come on. D stands for D stands for discovery. You discover the data. A stands for analysis. You analyze.
Analyze.
Correct. V stands for
Visualize.
visualize, and E stands for exploration. E stands for exploration. So I'm just typing it in the chat box. D stands for discover. A stands for analyze. V stands for visualize. And E stands for explore. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so now what we need to understand is that city. Okay, when you click on city, or when you click on any column heading, what do you see is in the column tool, you see a column called as column tools, and we are in the table view. So when you are in the table view and you click on any column, you will get to see a column tool. And in the column tool, you have to make sure that city is a location basically. So we'll click on data category and we will select a city from here. Okay. So we'll click on data category and we'll select a city. Getting it? Getting it, everyone? Hello?
Sir, please repeat once.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm repeating. Okay, so what I did is I clicked on, for example, let me click on zone. Let me click on zone. So when I click on zone, I see the name is zone, data type is text, format is text, summarization is don't summarize, we cannot summarize, it is a alphabet, and data category. Data category is uncategorized. Okay. Now zone, we categorize zone into city, country, place, state, postal code? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What should I categorize this as? Region, this zone. Do we have any option of zone or something like that?
Sir, city. For the session.
Sorry, you are not audible.
City, sir.
City. No, I'm on zone. I'm not on city. See, zone we cannot categorize, but yeah, when you come to city, now you can categorize this city as city. Now, why I asked you to do this? I'll give you one reason for this. So in Power BI, you can create a map. You can create a map. Okay. Today is Republic Day, and I'm going to show you India's map. Okay. So I'm going to show you India's map. So what we'll do is we'll just pull the city into the visual. Okay. I'm just pulling the city into the visual. It will take 1 minute. And what do you see now, guys? What do you see on the screen? Yes,
Map of India.
map of India. We see the map of India. We see the map of India. ठीक है. तो एक बार इंडिया का मैप देखने के बाद एक जयकारा लगाएंगे, बोले भारत माता की
Jay.
जय. अरे पीपल आर सेइंग कि ये क्या हो रहा है, हम तो पावर बीआई पढ़ने आए थे, ये क्या हो रहा है. ठीक है, अगेन एवरीवन, सी यू आर इंडियंस, वी आर ऑल इंडियंस. कोई फॉरेनर तो नहीं है ना, कोई इंडिया के बाहर से तो नहीं कोई क्लास ज्वाइन कर रहा है. समटाइम्स आई डू टेक ग्लोबल सेशंस. ओके, सो इफ यू आर इन इंडियन, आई एम सेइंग इट अगेन एंड एवरीवन शुड से जय. ओके, सो भारत माता की
Jai.
जय.
जय.
ओके, जय जय. चलिए, तो भारत माता इज ऑन द स्क्रीन. ठीक है, जय हिंद, जय भारत. ठीक है, एंड थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर बीइंग स्पोर्टी. ठीक है, आई लाइक पीपल हु आर स्पोर्टी. So we have created a map, and you see these blue dots. Do you see these blue dots? Now, can anyone tell me what is this blue dots representing? ये कुछ कुछ
Cities
जगह
present on data.
Exactly. These are the cities which are present in our data set. ये वो वाली cities हैं जो हमारे डेटा में है. ठीक है, और जब आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे, कहीं पे भी आप होवर करेंगे, तो आपको सिटी का नाम भी दिखाई देगा, जैसे कि आगरा, जयपुर, अहमदाबाद, मुंबई. ठीक है, इधर जाते हैं हम लोग, विशाखापट्टनम, आई मीन भुवनेश्वर, उड़ीसा राइट नाउ, केंजोर, ओह मेरी जगह भी यहाँ पे आ रही है, वेरी गुड, कोलकाता. ठीक है, पटना. सो यू सी ऑल दिस. So we can create a map, but we could create this map because we selected city as a city. अभी मैं एक चेंज करता हूं, इस सिटी को हम कर देते हैं अनकैटेगराइज्ड. ओके, एंड नाउ अगेन वी गो टू दैट रिपोर्ट. अगेन वी गो टू द रिपोर्ट and let me refresh. It will take some time to refresh the data. Okay, so why I am telling you these small things, and some of you might not be able to draw the map, you might be getting some error. So you have to do some settings also. Okay, so that also I will tell you. Okay, so it is refreshing since the data is huge. It will take some time. Okay, but now once we have selected the city as uncategorized, it will not be able to create a map. That is what I wanted to explain you, and that is what I am going to show you, that you will not be able to see the map now. Okay, but you are still seeing. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. Okay, and now let me pull this map visual first. Let me click on this map. So this empty visual has come. Then let me click on city. Oh, you still get to see a map. Okay, but see, in the city, do you see a globe symbol over here? Earlier we were getting a globe symbol. Do you see a globe symbol over here? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No.
No, no, no. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm just clicking on this table. And now what do you see on the screen? What do you see on the screen? You see a column with the name city and you see all the cities, right? Now with the city, I want to find out what is the sales in the particular city. So what I can do is I can click on units. I have selected city. Now I've selected units. So now what do you see, guys, now on the table? You see a summary of the table of the data where it is showing the city-wise sales. City-wise sales. Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
And now I'm clicking on the map again. I'm clicking on the map again. So now do you see bigger circles? Earlier there
Yes,
was
sir.
small. Now do you see bigger circle? The size of the circle
Yes,
has
sir.
changed, isn't it? The bubble size. Why? Because when I selected units, it took the units into bubble size. Okay. And let me do one thing. Let me make it more interesting. I will take uh the payment type into legend. Oh wow. Now what do you see? What do you see, guys?
It's a pie chart
The
that is
pie chart.
representing different payment payment modes.
Exactly. It's a pie chart which is showing different payment modes in different cities, how people are making the sales and how they are making the payment for the sales, right? So when you click on this table, when you convert this into a tabular visualization, so you will have three columns: city, sum of units, and payment type. So earlier, when we selected city and the units, we were having only one city and one unit. Now you are getting the repeated city names. Can you tell me why you are getting the name 5 times, 6 times?
Because of
So
multiple
because of different
payment
payment
types.
methods.
Yes, because of different payment type. But is it a good way to present the data? Is it a good way to
No,
present the data?
No, sir.
No. Now there is one more thing which is called as a matrix. Now, is it a good way to present the data? The same data we are presenting in a
yes, sir.
different manner.
Yes, sir.
Is it making more sense to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. So this is what we are going to learn in this entire course of Power BI. See, I'm going to show you how you can present the data in a appealing manner, in a visually challenging manner, and how we are going to work with the reports so that we can create something which is very informative and which is very attractive as well as very informative. Okay. So I'm going to end this session over here. And if anyone has any questions, you are free to ask any questions before we close this session. And as always, I would like you to give some feedback for the session. How did you like the session? And hope you enjoyed it.
सर एक्चुअली पावर बीआई हमने इंस्टॉल किया हूँ सिस्टम में लैपटॉप में। हेलो।
यस, यस,
सर
यस।
इसमें साइन इन करना पड़ेगा या फिर वो ऐसे ही चले
नहीं, देखिए, साइन इन करने की अभी आपको जरूरत नहीं है फिलहाल। ठीक है, जब तक आप अपनी रिपोर्ट जो आप बना रहे हैं उसको आप शेयर नहीं करना चाहते किसी के साथ में और अब लर्निंग के लिए काम में ले रहे हैं, तो आपको साइन इन की जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन जब आपको अगर ये रिपोर्ट्स किसी के साथ शेयर करनी है या आप उस रिपोर्ट को सेव करके रखना चाहते हैं, ठीक है, या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए काम में ले रहे हैं, या पावर बीआई को और ज्यादा डिटेल्ड में यूज में लेना चाहते हैं, देन डेफिनेटली यू विल हैव टू गेट द रिकॉर्ड्स, मतलब यू हैव टू गेट द दिस थिंग, साइन इन। और देखिए ये साइन इन जो है, इट कैन नॉट हैपन विद जीमेल। आप अपना जीमेल आईडी से साइन इन नहीं कर सकते। यू हैव टू बाय अ सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑफ पावर बीआई टू यूज इट, और यू शुड हैव अ कॉर्पोरेट आईडी। if you're working in a corporate and they have given you a corporate email ID, you can log in the Power BI using that corporate ID। लेकिन अगर corporate ID नहीं है तो आप साइन इन नहीं कर सकते। तो अभी फिलहाल के लिए द आंसर इसकी जरूरत नहीं है। जब जरूरत होगी तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि कैसे साइन इन करते हैं, और वी विल एक्सप्लोर दैट ऑप्शंस ऑल्सो।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and one more announcement for everyone. See, today it's a paid course. Okay, Power BI and Tableau, both we are going to teach. I'm going to teach with in association with Sealant Software. Okay, so it is a paid course, and the fees for these two softwares is 10,000 in combination. Okay, we have started with Power BI, and then we'll be going to Tableau. If someone wants to learn Power BI only, it will be 5,000, and the course will go on for 3 months, almost 2 to 3 months. Okay, and we are going to have almost daily sessions from the same timing, 8 to 9. And if or maybe we will skip some sessions if I am busy or I am traveling. Okay, I will keep you informed. But if you are interested in enrolling for this, so I am sharing a link in the chat. You can just fill up the Google form, okay, and you will be getting connected with the Sealant software officials, and you can talk to them and you can get enrolled. Okay, because from tomorrow we will be allowing only the registered participant in the class. 2 days we had kept the open session so that everyone can watch the session and they can get a feel of it. From tomorrow, only those who have registered for the session, they would be able to join the classes. Okay, so if you are really wanting to learn, you can enroll. Okay, so I've shared the link in the chat, but you are free to participate in the group, and you can ask your questions. Okay, and that I will be able to answer everyone. And I'm sharing one more group link. If you are not connected to my Excel group, you can join that WhatsApp group also, because I keep sharing information and resources over there, so you will be getting benefited. Okay, and if you find this session interesting and informative, you can refer this course to your friends also. They will definitely get benefited. And thank you, Samir, for your feedback about me as a trainer and the session. Okay. So one thing I can assure everyone that whatever fees you are paying for this course, you will get multiple times benefit from that fees. Okay, so we have kept a very low fees for this course. If you see, Udemy, and there are different platforms who are offering Power BI for 2,000, 3,000 also, but they don't teach into detail. Okay, so that is there. So thank you all, and we'll end up this session and see you tomorrow at the same time. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on my WhatsApp also. I've shared my WhatsApp number also, or you can reach out to Silent Software. Okay.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Actually, I'm unable to register because I'm from US and my number is saying the pattern is not matching.
Okay. So what I would suggest is you that you can connect with me on my WhatsApp, and just share the problem that you are getting. We'll try to resolve it. Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, definitely. And you can continue in the session. You just drop me a message on WhatsApp. I will give you a way out of this.
Sure.
Okay. So thank you everyone, and signing off. Happy Republic Day once again, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Good day.
Good night, sir.